Hello, future anatomy students. My name is Jose, and I'm talking to you from the near past. Um, Today is June 10th, which means that this morning was my final exam for anatomy, and you have no idea how excited and the amount of dopamine that's running through my system. I just can't. It, it's crazy. But I successfully passed the class, and it seems like I will probably get an A. So hope is real. So a little context about my situation is that I don't have a very consistent schedule, and I never had it throughout the whole semester. I work for myself, so hours are all over the place in a weekly basis. And for sure, that was like one of my biggest challenges, number one challenge. The second challenge was that I took chemistry alongside anatomy. In hindsight, of course, it was a mistake, but I am thankful that I never dropped it, and I didn't give up in either of both classes. Um, so yeah, it's because my hours varied on a weekly basis. I could never set up a schedule and follow the schedule um, in a consistent manner. So every waking hour, wherever I could fit some time to study, even when I was working, I was listening to either the lectures or there's a million um, YouTube videos where you can actually learn the concepts, and it's gonna help you with both the lectures, Dr. Hutchinson's lectures, and just learn the whole concept itself. But talking about concepts, um, if I can give you tips on how to successfully pass this class, um, initially, um, from I was like looking at my old notebook, and I was seeing that I completely forgot this, but from chapter 1 to chapter 10, I was completely writing every single word from the slides of the lectures. So a lecture that was 30 minutes would take me about maybe 2 to 3 hours, because of course I'm trying to learn at the same time I'm writing, but then your brain goes somewhere else, and then now you're just writing and you're not learning anything. So that was for sure like 10 chapters in, I was doing that, and I just don't think that's the way to go. I think the best way to go about learning every concept for the various chapters that you're gonna see is to try to find a way to actively learn while you are seeing the lectures. So in my situation, what I would do is that I would take a screenshot of every single slide of the lecture and listen to the lecture at the same time. So by the time I was done, I had this compilation of images of the slides from the beginning to the end, and I was able to go back and see what is the whole what's the whole concept, what am I trying to learn, and based on that, then I would you know YouTube. I feel like YouTube is the greatest tool that you can have, as well as the book, and of course the lecture. You can rewatch them, but since you already have the slides, then you can just go pace yourself, learn as you go. As soon as I started doing that, which took me about 10 chapters, maybe 11, um, yeah, the information stayed in my brain, and I was able to go from definitely I saw a difference in the grading and the lab practicals and the lectures as well. Um, Something that you should definitely do, another thing, is that get very familiar with the syllabus. I know that well, for me, I don't know why I took a 10-year hiatus from school. So syllabus for me was just something to set aside. But for this type of classes, science classes, see where what what can be given to you for not for free but for your effort, like extra points. What is gonna be dropped at the end of school, and how you can take advantage of that as well. Um, that helps a lot too for your peace sake, and that helped me a lot too because then I was able to leverage some time since I had to work, and I have a wife and a life, and it's very hard to manage time when you have so many things going in your life. Um, but yeah, um, definitely those two things are a must. Just learn to actively um, learn the concepts, whatever way you have to do it, but don't copy and don't write every single word because that's gonna take too much time away from you. Where you can be studying, the whole thing, you're gonna be writing everything down. At the end of writing for 3 hours, your brain is gonna be completely gone. Um, my so the most challenging topic for me was the nervous system. Because of the nervous system, I bought this right over here, which I still have like some hormones written right here that you will eventually learn. Yeah, the nervous system was my lowest um, lecture and lab um, exams for sure. I don't know what it was, but my brain just couldn't retain the information, couldn't make sense of everything. Um, so I would say that if you have the time and extra time to learn something, make sure that you learn the nervous system. It's it's very complex, and I think that you will probably think yourself if you have a little bit of time and just learn ahead. That's why syllabus is so important because then you can see what's gonna be where and how you can manage your time based on that. Very important. Don't waste your time. Um, so that was definitely like one of my biggest, challenges. Besides that, I'm trying to think what other topic was very hard for me to learn. Hmm. Yeah, I would say probably, I think it was chapter one, tissues, or just the cell membrane was very hard for me to understand because you kind of have to visualize it. There is an app that I will recommend wholeheartedly because it really conceptualizes and it shows you exactly what you need to see. If it's the cell membrane, if it's um, the synaptic bulb which you will see in the muscles, or the ovaries, everything is so beautifully visualized, and it's called Complete Anatomy. I am not sponsored by them. I wish I was, but it's $39 because of course we're students, and you can cancel it right away afterwards. But it the amount of information that it has and how beautifully everything is within the app is going to help you so much. That's something that I recommend. Complete Anatomy. You will see. Actually, let me just show you. This looks Complete Anatomy. All right. So and then if I were to start again in this class, I for sure would learn ahead. Um, you know, you get your classes, and then probably you get them like months ahead, and you'll know exactly what you will see. Just look at, start from the cell membrane, start from the cellular level, and then go on from there. I think just think about it that if you are trying to be in the medical field, you will most likely not have to use this information on a daily basis, but this is gonna be the foundation of your future in the health system. And yeah, I really believe in all of you. You got this.